I feel like I always wear my hair down for my foster care videos, so we're gonna wear our hair in a ponytail today. I hope you don't mind. Okay, so this video is for you guys out there who are going through foster care. I wanted to make this video because I have been there before. I grew up in foster care. Well, I didn't spend my whole childhood in foster care, but I've been in foster care. So I have that perspective and I know what it's like to obviously go through the situation and all the things that kind of come along with it. So I wanted to make a video that could be out here for you guys to have and to reference and to know that more than anything and first and foremost that you can make it through this. This is not forever. This is temporary. And say a couple other things as far as getting through it and what I think about getting through it and maybe some suggestions I have. So I hope you guys find this video helpful. A lot of you guys write me and tell me about your experiences in foster care, and I read every single one of them. And I feel like the best way for me to help you is to do this, to actually sit here and talk to you. So this goes out to any of you who have wrote me, who have a story, who, like I said, you're going through it, and I'm really glad you found this video because yes, you can get through it. And I feel like that was a lot of what was lacking for my situation. A lot of people asked me about my caseworkers and what people could have done basically to help me in the situation. And I feel like what was lacking was someone who had gone through it, someone who was an adult who made it through foster care and ended up successful on the other side and could say it is possible to make it through this. It's possible to make it through this and be so successful in life. You don't have to abide by what people think being a foster care or being a foster kid means. Because I think people have an overgeneralization about what a foster child looks like or how they behave, and that's definitely not the case. We're all very different, and being in foster care is a very unique experience. Not a lot of people go through that, and I think it takes people who have gone through that to teach those who are in this situation about what it means to live through that and to come through that on the other side. So that's what we're here to do today. And I want you guys to know that no matter what your situation is, you're not alone. You're really not. There's not, you look around at your friends and your classmates and there's not all these other people going through what you're going through, but there are kids all over the country, all over the world who are going through what you're going through and going through it probably worse. Think of your situation and how crappy maybe your real family is, your foster family, whatever the situation, and try to remember sometimes that things could be much worse. And that's something that kind of sucks to think about, but really sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to put things in perspective like that. And I think the worst thing about foster care is not knowing. You get to a place and you don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't have any kind of say-so over what happens to you. You don't have any kind of control over what happens to you. So my suggestion to you is, and what I did pretty much get me through hard times and get me through those times where everything was so out of control, is I made a goal for myself that once I was 18 and once I was out of this situation, that things were going to be up to me, and I wasn't going to let people tell me what to do with my life and when to do this and when to do that. And that was something that really kept me focused, because like I told you guys in the very beginning of this video, always remember that this is temporary. This is not forever. And so you have to be mindful of a plan for yourself once you turn 18, because pretty much once you're 18, you're on your own. And there are programs out there to help you guys. I've made videos about how to get in college and kind of what the aging out process entails. But basically once you're 18, you decide what you want to do. You're no longer the government's property. You are your own person. So you have to be kind of prepared for that and make a plan for that. But that's the good thing. After that, it's up to you. So you want to make sure you're well equipped and well aware of what you want to do with your life. And I would honestly highly suggest looking into going to school. Going to college is not for everybody. So don't feel the pressure to do it if you really don't think that that's like for you. But as a foster kid, one of your advantages is that you get grant money. Like federal, across the country, you get grant money to go to school, which that is money you don't have to pay back, which in my case, that money was enough for me to pay for the entirety of my tuition. Like, I don't think it paid for my books and like housing and all of that, but school was paid for through my grant money. So that's like an aspect of foster care that you can look at as an asset, pretty much. And that's something that I wanted to help you guys recognize too, that like going through hard times in life, and especially like going through something as difficult as being in foster care, which is one of the most difficult things to ever go through ever, you can like turn that around into an asset for yourself, which is what I have done. And I think that's really important to do for anyone in general, like who goes through hard times in life, to take those moments and use them to your advantage. Because, you know, do you ever look around at people who maybe grew up in a perfect family and like their parents do everything for them, and these people don't know how to live life? Like, they don't know how to actually do things on their own, and they don't know, like, they don't have the same perspective on life like someone like we do. Like, we understand things, and I a lot of times see those kind of people who don't get it and who they don't have like a maturity about life that we do, and I feel bad for them. Like, I feel bad for them, not me, because I feel like even though things were so crappy and so hard and just miserable, those times in life were really an asset to me, and the fact that I could be stronger and I overcame them even as a child. Like, I was able to be so much stronger than everybody else and kind of stand apart from everybody else. So you should really be proud of that. Like, people tell me that all the time, that I should be proud of just making it through that. Like, if you can make it through foster care in one piece and you're not a wreck, that's a great thing. Like, pat yourself on the back, because it takes a really strong individual to make it through something like that, because there's so many dynamics to being a foster kid and what that means for that kid based on what their families are capable of doing for them, or what their foster parents are capable of doing, their caseworkers, what city they live in, like all of that. It's such a unique thing to go through for each one of us. And so I think no matter what your situation is though, like, you have to find a way to look at it in a positive way and look at it as an asset and a way to be proud of yourself, because not many people have to go through those kind of things. And if you make it through and you come out on the other side, wow, like, what an accomplishment. And the best people in this world have gone through terrible things. Those are the best people. So if you can do that, you're gonna be amazing, and you're gonna be one of those people who has that special insight to say things to people who have been through hard times, and to be kind of a person of strength and a person of guidance to another person. So I think that's really important, especially if that's something that you feel like you could do with your life. Like, help another foster kid out. Like, tell a foster kid, like, hey, I've been through this, you can get through this, like, come on, we can do this. And a lot of you guys write me and tell me about your foster families and kind of like them being mean to you and things like that, which that's not okay. That's really shitty for sure. Like, and I've been there, I've had a couple shitty foster parents. But just know that that has nothing to do with you. You are deserving of all the good things in life. And that's something, like, it takes years, you guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, it's not easy to go through the things, like the type of things we've been through, and be all right. Like, it takes a lot of work, and you gotta be prepared for that work. Like, you can't just expect to like turn 18 and everything's awesome, because that's what I thought, and it's not true. Yes, looking forward to being 18 and making my own decisions, like, yeah, that was a guiding force for me, but I had a lot of work to do once I was 18. Like, I had a lot of work to do on myself in regards to feeling like I was of value and I was a person who deserved good things, because I feel like when you just constantly have bad things happen to you, you just expect bad things to happen. Like, it's almost like you can't look forward to good things, because everywhere you turn, bad things are happening. So you get in that mindset of like, I basically don't deserve good things in my life, which is totally 110% not true. And it's not healthy for someone to think like that, because truly you deserve every single good thing. And the world is I think the universe is about bringing about good things in your life, but you have to first of all recognize them, and also recognize the fact that you are deserving of that. Like, you're deserving of loving people around you and supportive people around you. And if you don't have that right now, that's okay. Like, it's temporary. And of course, like, the situation is out of your control. You can't control like the people around you and how they treat you and things like that. But don't let it get in your head. Like, you still decide how you feel about you. And you should feel good about you and feel like I said, like, you deserve the best in life. Even though people don't treat you like that, you still do deserve every single amount of happiness, every amount of love, 125%. I'm gonna cry. As far as like mean, nasty foster parents go, I honestly don't know why some people choose to become foster parents, because it would seem to me that someone, in order to do that, they would need to be doing it out of a kindness and out of a place of wanting to like help someone. Because I don't understand the mindset of people getting into foster care with cruel intentions, or like wanting to make money, because you don't even make that much money. Like, I'm thinking it's more expensive to have a kid in your home than it wouldn't match the amount of money you're getting paid. So like, there wouldn't be a profit, is my understanding and what I've kind of heard. Like, it's very expensive to raise kids. So I don't understand why mean people decide to be foster parents. I guess, like, yeah, they get a paycheck and they get some kind of like sick pleasure out of being mean and like degrading to people. I don't really know, but I just think you need to remember that that is not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them. And if it's really bad, like, definitely talk to your caseworkers, because that's what your caseworkers are there for. Like, you shouldn't be put in a situation that's just as bad, if not worse, than like living with your real parents. You know what I mean? Like, foster care is supposed to be like a source of hope and strength and like stability in your life, of all things, which a lot of times it doesn't turn out to be. And that's what needs to be focused on. Like, and I think based on people that I talk to and like, people wanting to get into foster care, there are so many good people out there who want to be foster parents. And I highly encourage anyone who's interested in being foster parents to do it, because there's so many kids who need a good home. There's so many, and there's not enough foster parents, of course. So I definitely think, like, I don't want to ever deter foster parents from becoming foster parents, and I don't want to deter foster kids from thinking that there's not good people out there who will love them and cherish them and treat them good, because I went to 9 different foster homes and a majority of them were good people. There was just a couple that like weren't the greatest. No one like ever physically abused me or anything like that, but there were some people who were like not nice and they were cruel. So I definitely get that, but I don't want you guys to think that there's no good people out there and no one there who would love you and actually take good care of you and cherish you, because there's definitely so many people out there with good homes and good hearts that want you in their home and want to love you and give you the life you deserve. So I think it's good to maintain that hope as well. So you may be wondering, like, in the moment, like right now, I'm having a hard time just with being in foster care in general, like, because it's just so hard day in and day out. It's hard to be happy. And like I was telling you guys, because you're just so used to expecting like bad things to happen. And I just want to encourage you guys to not be so hard on yourself, basically. Like, it sounds weird, but looking back, I wish that I could have taken more time to just enjoy my experiences in my life, but I was so caught up in just the sadness and just despair of the whole situation that, looking back, of course, now I can comfortably say that because I've made it through it. But during that time, like I was telling you, it's the worst feeling ever, because you don't know what's gonna happen to you. You don't know, and so you can't like rest, you can't get any peace. And that's so much what I wish I could go back and give myself. I wish that I could have just kind of let things go and realize that the things that were happening weren't my fault, and there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and just to kind of relax. And that's so hard to say when you're in a situation that doesn't really allow you to relax because you don't know what's gonna happen. So little things you can do. Just take a deep breath first and foremost. I really like watching YouTube videos because I feel like almost like it's a presence there with me, that I'm not all by myself. And being in foster care is such an isolating event anyway, that it's nice to just feel like someone there talking to you and comforting you. There's so many videos out there of people who talk about like being positive or getting through difficult times, and that applies to anybody. Like, and also, I don't want you to look at your situation so, like, I don't want you to look at it so isolating, because yeah, you may be in foster care and all of that stuff, and it's a super like unique situation, but there are a lot of kids who live in normal homes with abusive parents or with manipulative parents or, you know, emotionally abusive parents that no one ever comes to help, and they just have to live through that. And a lot of people even look at foster care as like, you know, a way out of that situation. So in a lot of respects, like being in foster care, you know, is a way out and is a means to a better life. And that's what it's supposed to be, of course. So, I think, you know, also it's good to talk to people, get it out of yourself, write in a journal, make goals for yourself, and just stay focused and try to stay positive and calm. And just know you're gonna get through it. You will get through it, I promise you. And above all else, I think, like I said earlier, you should look at your situation as an asset in this life and turn it around into an asset, and be proud of yourself and where you come from and all the things you've been through and all the things that you are going to be able to say to the world about where you come from and where you stand and what your values are in life and what you're not going to stand for in people, in humanity, and all those things. Like, I really truly believe that what I went through has been an asset for me. Now, it's taken years and years and years. Like, you're gonna have to really work on things, and I think counseling is really good, getting a good therapist, a good mentor, things like that, and work on yourself and be the best person that you can be. And there's actually a lot of tools in the foster care system. Like, I'm pretty sure like you're required to go to counseling and therapy. At least I was, which that situation kind of sucked too because I never had a consistent therapist. But talk to people at church, talk to your friends, talk to someone, and know you're not alone out there. You're really not. There's so many of us. I'm one of them, so you can always talk to me, email me, and I hope these videos are comforting to you guys. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say for this little video. I hope I touched on all the things I wanted to touch on. I always try to make little like notes for these videos, but I can never follow them. Like, I just have to like kind of talk, and I really hope I didn't miss like a good point that I wanted to make. But yeah, like, take a bath, take a walk, read a book, watch a YouTube video, kind of like just get your mind off things. Like, don't let your mind get into like a loop of like negativity and this, you know, like, because that's really gonna weigh on you. And that's something I didn't really know how to do growing up, and it was something like I've recently kind of trained myself to do, is to really take your mind off of something. Like, that's something I definitely wanted to mention to you guys. Like, when you feel yourself going into that negative, dark, depressing, hopeless place, you really just have to think of something else. Get your mind on something else. Get up, do something else. As stupid as it sounds, even if you have to like physically tell yourself like, nope, I'm not gonna think about that. Nope, I'm better than that. Nope, this is temporary. Anything that gets your mind like off of that, just flip a switch. Even counting, like 1, 2, 3. You start thinking of a negative thing, go 1, 2, 3, or count something like to get your mind off of that page. Get off that page, because that's not helpful. That's gonna make you feel so much worse, and it's just, yeah, it's not helpful to be in that toxic place in your mind. And I felt like that was my problem a lot too growing up, is like I didn't know how to change my thoughts. I didn't even know that that was like possible, and people would talk about, you know, being positive and all that, and I was like, that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, if I were happy, I'd feel happy. Like, if things were there to be happy about, I'd be happy, but I'm not. Everything's miserable, everything sucks. But at that point, like, you really have to look around at things around you that are going good. and go out in the world even and just breathe in the clean air and look at the sun shine. Well, don't look directly into the sun, don't do that, but I mean, feel the sun on your skin, listen to the birds chirping or hear the rain tapping, and just be thankful and be glad that you're here and that you're an asset to this world. You really are. And just find anything around you that you feel like you could be grateful for. Grateful that you had a meal, grateful that you watched a good video or read a good book, something like that. Because yeah, I'd say that was my main problem. I'm glad I thought of that. Like, I was just always stuck in this loop of like, this is shitty, this sucks, I hate my life sucks. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, because at that point, like, you're just making it worse for yourself, and that's the worst thing you could do. Like, because you really have to be like your own best friend in this situation, and that's a good tool to learn in life in general, to like be independent, rely on yourself, you know, like, and I think that's something we learn a lot in foster care, is like not really trusting people. And honestly, like, as bad as it sounds, it's kind of a good thing to learn, because there's a lot of people out here who aren't worthy of trust. So trust yourself the most and take this time to learn that tool, because that's so invaluable in this life. Like, if you're one of those people who can stand on your own in this life and stand for your own values and you're not persuaded by other people, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's something a lot of people can't really say that they can truly do. Okay. I think I said everything. I hope I said everything. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. As always, I always leave my like contact info in my description box, and I love hearing your guys' stories. Even if I don't get a chance to like write you back and stuff like that, I try to, but a lot of times people will write me stuff and I don't really know what to say. And it's a lot of people who write me, so I'm like, I feel like I keep repeating myself the same thing, like, to every single person, like, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay, and it's all pretty much the same things I've said in this video. But I still love hearing your guys' stories. They inspire me. Yeah, and I just really wish the best for you. I really do, and I hope that I can help you guys in any kind of way. If there's other things you'd like to hear from me, please let me know so I can get those videos out and be of some kind of service in this life, you know, take this situation and make it a good thing. And yeah, that's really it. I hope you guys like this video, and I just need you guys to know that you are loved and you are cared about and you are thought of and important in this world, and that's what you need to know, okay? So take that with you on in your day. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.